They don't listen to them.
They get their breakfast, their massive jobs and all that.
I'll take this complaining if we keep getting raises. People can complain all they want.
He's getting the raises
That was
part
what I
of it.
wanted.
Yeah, that's what
I
makes
don't
it so
know.
bad.
Super John.
Come here. I might need to go with the bus yesterday and try to get a raise.
Talk to her.
Wanna start us?
Check.
Okay, we're gonna call this meeting to order. We're gonna do roll call.
Sarah Farmer Forbes, clerk treasurer.
Michelle Calvert, town council member.
Jebediah Lynn, town council member.
All right, we'll go ahead and do the pledge of allegiance and then jump into it.
Allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thanks for bearing with us. It's been kind of a crazy day, so kind of started on time, very close. All right, so Linda's not with us tonight. She has the stomachy bug that's been going around, so. The first thing that we're gonna do is we'll do our approval from the minutes, from the February 4th meeting.
Make a motion to approve the February minutes.
I'll second. All those in favor? Motion passes.
We don't have any amendments to the agenda that we have tonight. Jay, anything for? Oh, I saw Jay walk in.
He's walking. He's walking.
Oh, okay, I was like, I thought I saw him walk in.
You want to do an excursion?
No, it's 6:30 after.
All right, Jay, do you have anything for us tonight?
Just a couple things. Trying to get ready for the upcoming summer. Also, I know that the siren's a big thing to everybody. I've reached out to McCord again. I've also reached out to 2 other companies, waiting to hear back from them.
Okay.
So there's not a handful of people that'll work on those, so.
Yeah.
Also, here at the firehouse, the gutter's pulling away from the building, and the snow shield is gone. On top of the roof, it has broke off. I reached out to 3 companies. I've got one estimate back. $950 for the snow bar and $1,300 to repair the gutter, so,
You said 1,300?
yep. So waiting on a couple more estimates for that.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep,
Anything else?
that's all I have.
All right. Earl?
Wastewater, we're in the process of purchasing a pump for the lift station down at Dutching, because that one burned up due to wet wipes. Stopped putting them in. And we'll get quotes, hopefully I'll have it all for your next meeting to see what it would take to convert that over to a 3-phase system with 3-phase pumps, a little bigger, a little heavier. So, that's, we are in the process of, all the tests passed, and we are emptying the lagoons out right now. So, and that will be emptied before April 1, but April 1, you have to stop till November 1, so. Then we'll hold it all again, so. And that's it.
Thank you. Larry?
I don't have anything to report.
Okay, thank you. Chief?
Good evening, couple things. General report, last month, February, we had 10 runs. 2 were fire related, 8 were EMS related, 6 were in the Wingate addressing, 2 were in the New Richmond addressing, and 2 we went to help our friends at Waynetown with different calls. So, just 10.
You guys had it so easy.
It was a nice month.
Probably nice to catch your breath.
A little bit, yes. Yeah, a couple things I wanted to mention. Speaking of about the gutters, you can walk out. When you walk out, I don't know if you noticed, Jeb, when you came in, but you can see the water just pouring out of it. I know that's a lot of money and Jay's on it, it's just gonna cause more and more havoc, so we'll need to address that, and the snow, what do you call it, ice?
Snow shield?
Snow shield. Yeah, we came in for a meeting the Monday after that big snow and it started to melt, and almost had somebody get hit in the head with a bunch of snow coming off of it.
No, that's not good.
It was not good, so getting those addressed, thankfully is one of the fire guys and, or no one standing around, get out of the way. And then Shad grabbed the broom and was able to get the rest of it off there, so at least the majority of it. The other thing I'd like to talk to you about is, and this is, I spoke with Sarah about it, she's gonna look into it a little deeper, so this is just for meeting minutes. We have an address of 201 North Franklin Street. From what I can see, that is not in town limits. The problem, I think, back in the day, they numbered that through the post office, and they put it as a Franklin Street address. Franklin Street, according to our maps, stops, maybe a half a block, 3/4 of a block south of there. It- Wilbur's Garage, exactly. Problem is, the county can't issue the number because there's not a county road anywhere close to there to intersect with it. So it can't have a county address. So I would like to have the town maybe look into annexing that little portion so that we can get it on the mapping appropriately. And we've had 4 or 5 calls in that general area, and every time the Google Maps and the CAD maps that the guys use on the ambulance takes them south. And so, one time, one of our guys that wasn't familiar with it went to the poor folks on 201 South and beat on the door, and they're like, nope, not us. So it's a problem that I think might be as easily as anything as just extending Franklin Street as part of the town limits or something, I'm not sure.
Is that the last house on the right?
Correct. Yep.
Okay, yeah, that's the old, not the old, but it's George Inskip built that when he moved from a house just west of there. Where that house sits was actually part of his field, and that's where the building stood, where where the turkeys could roost many years ago when I was young.
I was not there then.
No.
But I will
That's what
tell you,
That's where that
that,
building stood, so
yeah.
that, I understand why it's not on any
town
maps,
limits. Yeah.
because that was actually part of
Part of
that
the
ag
farm.
field.
Yeah, so something to maybe look into. I know Jay's working with mapping on trying to figure some of that out too, but ultimately, it's my understanding from previous dealings with mapping, if it needs a county address, it needs to have a county road,
Sure,
and there's not one.
okay,
So,
thank you.
thank you.
Rob's not here tonight, but he didn't have anything that he said was pressing. For the clerk things tonight, we have our accounts payable vouchers. Everything came out even. Everything got paid on time, so you guys want to approve those?
And is there anything that coming through for approval that I have to wait for Linda, or is it all?
Not so
everything
far.
through here?
There is one thing that I know that I would like to wait for her to sign.
Okay,
But other than that, as long as you guys both approve, then we'll be
okay.
okay.
Then I make a motion that we approve.
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Our December bank recs, December usually takes a little bit longer to finish because I'm also trying to close out the whole year. So those are finally done, and then I also finished the end of the year bank recs. And so the only thing left to do on that is our reporting on the Gateway website, which I'm about halfway done with. So December bank recs came out good, end of year bank recs came out good. So if you guys want to approve those.
Make a motion we approve bank recs.
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion.
If you guys notice, you have a nice little packet here in your thing. It says adjustment explanation for February 2026. I went ahead and typed this up because there was a lot of confusion and a lot of different things happening with the billing. So in February, early February, I had somebody call me and say, hey, I haven't got my bill. Can you let me know how much it is? I said, yeah, it's probably just in the mail. And so I looked it up, their meter didn't read. And so upon much digging into, and Earl and I working with 2 different software companies, we figured out there were about 6 different houses that the meter has either not been reading or reading periodically. So one of them actually hasn't read since December. And so we've got a new process in place to kind of address that and check that. Everything, knock on wood, ran good from the March 1st billing. So hopefully we've got all the kinks worked out, but since it was a significant amount more billing adjustments than what I normally do, I went ahead and wrote it out for you guys to see everything as it broke down. And the only one that I did want to explain is there are a couple that got penalty fees waived, but that was the people that their billing was messed up, and I extended out the payment date because essentially they had 2 invoices due at the same time. So we extended out their payment date and offered a payment plan just to kind of make right on a situation. So yeah, it was a mess, but hopefully moving forward it works properly. So if you guys want to approve that, and then I also would like, I included it to have you guys sign because I want to make sure that whenever we get audited next time, there's record of it and that you guys were aware of that.
I make a motion, we approve the adjustment.
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Adjustment approved.
This one you don't have to approve, but I did want to, this is part of the closing out of the end of the year. And I like to print this one off and get it to you guys. So essentially what this shows is our beginning cash value balance basically January 1st of 2025 and where we ended on December 31st. And the most important, and what we spent and what came in. And I think the most important thing to note here is that we ended with more money than we started with. So that was one of my big goals for last year, so we can save money for fixing the roads and a couple other projects that you guys have expressed interest in. So you can definitely take a look at it and all the breakdowns. This is on Gateway, so it's for everybody. But I did want to show you guys that, and just so you know that we ended with a little bit better than we started, so that's a good thing.
Thank you.
The next thing I have, we finally have 2 quotes for the firehouse keypad. And I think this one's one that we should wait on until Linda's here. Because I know it's kind of a thing we all want to talk about. So I got quotes from Haley's and I got quotes from Mulhops. Haley's was significantly cheaper, it came in at $28.99, and then Mulhops came in at $41.80. So I went ahead and each of you have a packet of what is included in each of those price quotes. So you can look at through your time and kind of see what you think about it. I think maybe having a special meeting to talk about it might be a good thing, so we can actually dig into it and see what we think would be best.
Is there any major difference between functionality of the systems?
Not that I could tell,
Okay.
but
Do the fire department have a copy?
no, but you can have mine, because I don't need
Okay.
it.
And if we can be part of that special meeting?
Yes, yeah, it'll be open to the public, yeah, so, but I can let you know.
That works.
But I wanted to, I also included, I think, the original quote that Rochelle had gotten just to fix it. So we have 2 key fob quotes and then fix what we've got quote, so everything should be together.
I think they just sent it to me, they want me before.
Yeah,
Just for reference, for when you're scheduling those, I'm off and pretty free until March 30th.
okay,
So if you wanna get that sometime,
I'm not after March 20th, especially if they're done with something else for 20.
you said March 20th?
Yeah.
I go back to work,
Ugh,
I go back
okay,
to work the end of
Because you'll
March.
come down.
yeah, okay, that makes it easier. Okay, so that was the one thing I did kind of want to just hang tight on, but I wanted to get you guys all the information.
Yeah, that would be good. Thank you.
You're welcome. Dumpster day, last year we did it on May 31st. I double checked and we usually get 1 40-yard roll-off container and then D&D donates another. do you guys have any thoughts on when you would like to do that this year? Thoughts on additional?
I think last year we had scheduling issues with here. I don't know
Do you have
if that
anything on
lines
the
up,
books?
what's that?
Do you have anything on the books for scheduling?
No.
As far as like, if anybody's using the room?
Well, isn't that close to graduation?
I know I have something on the
Whatever.
16th
Of May or?
May, but outside of that, don't think I have
Okay.
anything.
May of 2027 sounds good.
What's your schedule look like, Jay?
yeah.
I'll make it work regardless.
What time do they get full by? 8 o'clock?
8 a.m.
morning?
Well, I'd like to see if we could deliver in the morning,
Generally, that's what,
that way it doesn't sit overnight.
They're not gonna bring them in the morning.
They're not gonna do that?
I've already
Okay.
tried that, it don't happen.
Okay, well, I was also wondering if we could expand our dumpsters, not have more than two, if that was something that you think would be possible.
Yeah,
I think in previous years before we took over, it was 3, wasn't it?
yeah, one year we did have 3, but it's, and it just varies. One year
Yeah.
you'll have a bunch, one year you won't have a bunch. It's
mhm.
$550 to $700 or something for
Yeah.
an extra dumpster, so.
I know last year we were pretty full pretty quick, so,
But there's a lot of out of town dumping.
but,
I was gonna say, could it be put where there's a camera?
I mean, here's the
See who's
thing,
doing it the night before?
I mean, I know a lot of people in town, but some people that showed up last year, they had a receipt
Mm-hmm.
and they was hauling it for their friends. So how do you say no, that
Yeah.
you can't do that?
Exactly.
If they have a bill stub, and I'm,
well, I just think that maybe a couple extra, one or more.
and here's the thing, everything somebody bring here and throw away is that much less you gotta pick up in the side ditch somewhere around town or whatever.
Mhm. Yeah, so I think that instead of monitoring, just adding more, I'd like to add more. That way we can kind of,
Go back to 3.
at least,
Well, hopefully if we pay for 2, maybe I can get D&D to donate 2.
That'd be cool.
But yeah, I'll double check on that. I have not approached that with them at all, so I don't know that that's even a thing,
yeah,
but.
I think it'd be good to offer that, I know
I
that's.
think that our contract reads that we buy one, they give us one.
So-
That's how that, because of our contract with the trash place.
Okay. 'Cause I know that's a good use for the town, and it's a good money spent for people to be able to get rid of the things that are kind of laying around,
Yeah, I agree.
So.
Okay. The next thing we have
But any of
is,
you guys that wanna come work that day, because I'm telling you, one guy,
It's
you
been
can work
much.
yourself to death sometimes.
Yeah,
And we're not picking up at people's houses, because that's a disaster.
yeah,
People, we tried it the first year, it was supposed to be big items, people would put a 5-gallon bucket out and say that I'm not doing it. If we're doing
Yeah.
that, then you guys can go do that yourself, cause
That's-
I'm not doing it.
yeah, that's too much to go to door to door, I mean, I don't think it's that big of a deal to head down.
If
over
they
there.
can't get it here, then if there's some special circumstance, it's fine, but
Mhm.
laziness does not count as a special circumstance in my opinion.
Yeah.
alright,
Did you decide on a day?
no.
We haven't yet, is there any, I mean, we can throw a date out there, but,
If you wanna
Is that
throw
something
maybe
that you
2
want?
out there, and then I can double check the calendar and send out an update.
I think it is kind of.
let's see. We got April,
Spring break's in March this year.
yeah, well, definitely don't wanna be, so Easter is in the beginning of April, we need to kinda watch out, not be
Or
close
what
to
if we do
that.
like the original?
I was gonna say the weekend of the 17th or 24th.
That's what I was thinking.
I mean, the further we push it out, the warmer it is usually, but either one of those, I don't remember anything being on the calendar.
So nothing on the calendar of the, like, 17th, 18th, or the 24th, 25th, nothing on that weekend.
Mm-mm. As a present.
Yeah, I mean, we can put those 2 weeks as they're, you guys are fine with that, and then,
Charlie, what are you looking like April 17th weekend, April 24th?
It's not my schedule that I need to worry about.
I'll make it work. You guys just tell me when it's gonna be. I will have somebody here.
Okay.
I'll,
Me or someone will be here.
I'll check, and as soon as I know, I'll send out a message.
yeah, check on those two, and I'll check with the,
Yep, and, yeah, check with D&D obviously, yep.
Hey, since we're talking about dumpsters, if you're gonna get a third dumpster, one thing that would really help is a lot of people don't have much. I mean, there's people that come, but if you're gonna get 230 or 240s, get like a 20 that's short-sighted where people can just,
Throw things in
Actually
easier.
lift things up.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
If it's big stuff, we always have the loader here to
Yeah.
flip in there, and even little stuff, but some people have to sit in that line just because they have, you know, a plastic clothes basket full of something to pitch.
And if we're able to get another free one, definitely do a small one, or even if we just do a third one, have a small one. I like that idea, of being able to have it more accessible, maybe even have it at a spot that's kind of away from the main trucks of loading.
Make it a lot easier.
That way people can kind of come through, like, hey, if you've got big stuff, you can be in this line, if you need to kind of go around and hand dump, you can do over here. I think that'd be good, I like that idea.
Jay, do you like them better over here or over at the maintenance?
The maintenance,
Okay.
because we can
Then I
line them
can-
up there and you can people can get on each side and I can load them from each side
Plus
and,
then it opens it up too, it's not gonna interfere with anything that's scheduled here.
and people can just go down the road and
Okay.
it gets congested back here.
So do you wanna shoot for the 17th and 18th?
She's gonna check with you.
Let me check with D&D,
Okay.
but I'll shoot them an email first thing in the morning, and
Okay.
that way we can get it on the calendar and get regional results set. And,
Thank you.
the next thing we have is, I put this on the back of the water bill, but it's always good to revisit some basic of the ordinances and resolutions, about the water meter, so you guys all have a copy of that, I know you already know what it is, but, I put that on the back of the bill, so that one's ready. This doesn't need approved or anything either, but we had some pretty decent sized cracks in some of the drywall over here. James Winiger came and fixed them and painted, so I came down here for the quote for the firehouse actually, and I was like, what is this? So it looks really good, got it fixed, he also fixed one of our lights, so.
Is he painting the whole room or just spot, because you can see all the spots?
So, I have planned for someone to come in and fix all the little tiny holes, from like people pinning things up. And then I wanted to get your thoughts on like a taupe gray color to add something a little bit different to the room as far as painting it. But it truly doesn't matter to me, whatever you guys think. And we have to get the little holes and everything patched first too, so, but, the community room's been doing really well as far as renting out, so it'd be nice to reinvest some of the money that it's made back into it. So that's, something that I've kinda got on the agenda. Earl and I talked about this today. I said the water project's complete, and he said almost. So he's got, Paul Hayes coming, who's gonna do 2 different things. He's gonna work on the last part of the water project with Earl. And then, from my understanding, one of the issues is, we're gonna install, do you wanna explain it better, the chlorine?
We got a gentleman coming that's gonna build a manifold down there so we can take the chlorine lines off instead of taking them off under pressure and getting a bath.
Yeah.
But the chlorine pump that's down there, HWC is, bottom line, wasn't smart enough to figure out and make it work. This guy, this is what he does, and this is what he sells, and I got 4 of them over there at our new treatment plant right now. He was confused on how they ever got that pump to start with, cause he's the only one licensed to sell it in the state of Indiana, so I'm not sure how all that transpired, but he's gonna help me get it running, so. The other big thing is, and we'll probably have to, I've sat down with Sarah and go back through some of it, but the way they put the fence around that setup down there, there's no way to get on the backside with equipment when the year comes to clean the tower. Another gate is gonna have to get put in a drive, so you can get that equipment in, cause you can't get it past the generator or the new treatment building, so.
When you probably get that.
I thought they were supposed to put a gate in, they haven't.
I know you had mentioned it a time or two that we need to really kinda get that going as far as to see what it's gonna be like.
Yeah, we
put
need to
in,
see if
'cause
that's
gonna-
part of their deal or.
That's gonna
what
come
that
in
is.
sooner or later.
I'm not real
You know,
sure.
sooner rather than later, as far as needing to get in there and work on stuff. You don't wanna have an accident or something come through where we have to be in there right now, and we gotta cut the fence.
Yeah, we would have to cut the fence right now,
You
but
know,
you're gonna have to clean your tire in within the next 2 years, so we definitely need, to get to that back part, so.
yeah.
And, so I mean, that company, it doesn't have to be real fancy, it just has to be either a sliding gate or
Just
two
functional.
swing gates, it's, the,
Feel free to reach out.
the company that put the fence in, they did a real nice job, so that'd be who I'd bring back.
Mhm.
It's just a matter of figuring out who's gonna pay for it, I guess, so.
Yeah,
But
We can put the drive in, I mean, it's
Mhm.
not that big a deal.
Okay, thank you.
The next couple of things I do need your approval on. The first one is, I always pay Officer Bittinger's card separate than mine, just so you guys can see it. But his is for gas and things that needed for the operation of that side of things. So that'll be the approval of APV 11193.
So that's so fast, I almost lost it. I'll make a motion we approve.
I second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Alright, then the next one is gonna be, my card, and it's all basically town supplies for paper and things like that, so.
Make a motion we approve.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And as always, I brought all of the receipts for you guys to look at, so please feel free to look at it, and if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer. The next thing is mileage for taking bank receipts. Sometimes I remember to file my mileage, sometimes I don't. January I remember to, so I have a thing for receipts for mileage in January. If you guys wanna approve that.
Make a motion we approve the mileage for January.
I'll second.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion.
Our billing software, knock on wood, seems to be fixed, so hopefully we'll find out next month, yeah. The next thing I have is, I don't know if you guys remember, I know this is, well, maybe Linda's first SBOA audit. But it was all very overwhelming, and I thought it was, all of the fees for the SBOA audit came out of our property taxes. But it turns out that's not the case. So I ended up getting a couple invoices, and I worked back and forth with them for about 2 weeks to figure out what was going on. So the invoices that are in your little packet here, I ended up, we could pay it and pay it right out, or we could set up a payment plan that is extremely low payment a month and has no interest. And with as many different projects and things as we kind of have in the foreseeable future, and I can pay it off early also, so it's not a loan, it's an payment installment. But I just wanted to let you guys know that, so that way, and I put the amortization schedule on there, how it would pay out. Like I said, we could go out, could just pay it straight out, but I don't really think that's the best fiscal thing to do when we've kind of got some things in the air. Yeah, we can keep extra money in the bank for interest on that and just pay as we go. But that I would like to get your guys' signature on, and I'll send that back to the SBOA if you guys are fine with payments.
Yeah, I'm fine with that, as long as we got the records and, you know, it's the same as any other payments that we've got. I mean,
Yeah.
I've looked at the other receipts, it's,
Yeah, and it is straightforward, and it's nice that there's no interest or anything on it.
so I make a motion that we approve the payment instead of paying it off once.
A second.
All those in favor say
Aye.
aye. Aye, it's on plan.
Alright, next, Cheyenne.
So I turned in a bid for the porta pot at the park. We did it last year. Were you guys happy with the service?
I didn't have any issues.
Yeah.
Okay, I brought a bid in for this year. If you guys would like to approve it, we can sign it tonight. Cause you guys usually have it from April 1st to the 1st of November.
I'm okay with it. I mean, I know, you know, I've had people knock on my door, so
Make a motion to approve.
I second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. We already covered consolidated. Next time, right. Yeah. Next time board meeting is April 1st at 6 p.m. I'm gonna open up for public comment. Anybody have anything?
You're-
So I wanna know a status update on the corner down there. So after the meeting last month, my car got hit. As I was in my house, sitting on my couch, my husband had only been home for about half an hour from work, and my front of my car got hit. So I have to now deal with the fact that one of our neighbors, who was drunk driving at the time, who has no insurance, and I have $5,000 worth of damage on my brand new car. I've also seen somebody blow through the T within the past 2 weeks and go straight into the neighbors that's got the brick pillars, slam into reverse and turn around and go out the county way. So, is there anything that can be done to slow that down?
Well-
Because if one of my kids were out or getting in my car at 8:30 at night, like if we were into town, we were coming home or something like that, and they would've got hit, then there would've been a big issue.
Well, we reached out to the county,
I know, county said they don't do anything, so it's
Yep.
not on you guys.
so to put a guardrail up there, there's a water main there, so you're gonna have to have special posts for the whole thing. And roughly, they will come out and give us a price, but he gave me a rough price of about $10,000+. The next part is, once you put that guardrail up there, if you have an issue with that water line, that guardrail has to come out to dig up that water line. So, if you set concrete pillars there, if someone runs into those and damages their vehicle, the town is then liable because the town put those there. It's no different than putting big rocks at the end of your driveway or whatever.
So who's liable then if somebody drives in front of my house? At this point?
Your insurance. I mean, unfortunately, that's how the system works. I mean, it's,
I can speak to getting hit. I've had my van hit, being parked in front of my house, just off the road. Same kind of ordeal. That person was hit and run. I had nobody I could even account it to, and I ended up having to tow my van
Jay,
from
do
it.
you think a stop sign on that other way coming into town would help? Whether maybe stop at both sides versus?
I mean, when you can
stopping
try
at
a
They
stop
can all
sign, you have to
three
pass
ways.
an ordinance to do
It
that.
needs to be a
That's,
three-way stop sign.
Yeah.
that's all you have to do is pass an
They
ordinance. I mean,
fly
Do you think something
across
like
there.
that would help? At
we can
least-
try anything. I mean, here's the unfortunate part. There's no easy solution to the whole problem, and I see her concern, and I'm not trying to be unsympathetic about it. There's just no easy situation to it. I mean, when you talk about the semis, the easiest thing to do is and I said this to the county highway, I said, okay, we'll just put no semis allowed in town, signs at every entrance to town, and the farmers will have to run your county roads and not have the easy access through our area.
Do you
But
happen to do pricing for both types of signs, so we can start exploring one of those options?
for stop signs,
For either sign, both signs?
I mean,
Can I add to that, not to interrupt,
Yeah.
but we're actually here for the same situation. So we have kids that load up on the corner of, Wabash Street or Dutchin in the morning. This morning, my kids nearly got hit. Cars speed or try to go around the bus. It's an
And what-
issue.
and if you're having an issue with the bus, I'll reach out to Officer Rice.
It's not so much, the bus is doing what they're supposed to. Their
Right.
arms and lights are out.
Right, but I'll reach out to Officer Rice and they'll send an officer to sit back and watch cars around the bus, so I'll reach out to him and I'll
Because
get that started.
What they're doing is they get stuck behind the bus.
What bus number comes through here?
1832, there's like three of them.
Yeah.
I mean, I know there's three.
So I'll reach out to Officer Rice tonight and I'll get that started.
Yeah, cause what they're doing is they get stuck behind that bus and then they'll turn on Wabash.
So the bus stop's facing south towards uptown, and the bus continues south uptown. Well, they crank a left onto Dutchin and floor it,
But
To
floor,
try
Trying to
around
beat
the
him around the
Wabash.
corner, yep.
and there's kids crossing down there, cause the bus stops on Washington, but it picks kids up from the house we were discussing earlier up there all the way on north, whatever, Franklin. So those kids are crossing the road to get to the bus, cars are flying, and then, yeah, the same issue. People don't wanna stop at the bus,
It's all summer
so
long.
as soon as the stop sign starts to come out, they're speeding up to try to get before the bus stops.
Okay, I'll reach out to Officer Rice about that tonight.
And then
Back
what time do
to,
your kids get picked
I was gonna
up?
say, I don't know what
About
your schedule.
7, anywhere from like
It's
7:15
7:15, 7:10 to 7:15.
I can't be here every day, but when I can, I'll try.
and they get dropped
Sit
off
out
around
there.
3.
3:08.
3:08.
Do you have an issue with it in the afternoon as well?
Not so much in the afternoon,
Just
it's just
early
in the
morning.
morning. They're just.
Everybody going to work.
Yes,
and
and I get it, but like,
Well, I mean, there's
Leave-
also,
leave
if,
early, I mean,
if I catch it and there's kids out, I can take that person to jail. Easy. Done. So, I mean, I don't know if the North Montgomery has school bus, like cameras on their school bus.
They do now.
Okay,
yes.
cause Crawfordsville has
I have.
cameras, so every time someone runs
Awesome.
the stop arm, we create a report, and then we send out charges to the prosecutor for that person running, so.
Are they doing anything with them?
They
Yeah,
live
so
here
you either
now?
get a hefty fine, a
Do
$400 fine.
Do you know, or do they live?
I
here?
don't know who they
You get a
are.
criminal
I
charge.
think it's a combination, because some people come from the north,
Cindy, what bus
Yeah.
number?
from the country.
Yep,
Do you-
nope, with their
do you know what
cameras,
bus
they
it is?
tell
I
us,
think it's-
Cool.
Is it
get a
32
report, we have
I
video
think it's 18, I
footage,
think it's
so.
32.
Is it 32?
Because if it's 18, I know the driver, if we need to call.
I think it's,
Is it Jerry?
No, she's
No.
retired.
I know it's not Mary.
It's Dawn.
Okay.
Dawn knows.
so I'll also, I know he can't be here all the time, I'll reach out to
Right.
Officer Rice and
Mhm.
then they can coordinate with each other. Back to the east end of town. Yes, we can put a stop sign up there. You have to create an ordinance. A stop sign's a couple $100. We can have put up.
Can you put the speed bumps back? There used to be a
No.
speed bump.
No.
Is there any way we can slow traffic down?
I mean,
going
it
north out
slowed,
of
it slowed
town?
people down. I'd rather have the speed bump than my kid hit. I'm sorry, I.
Speed bump didn't slow the trucks
Then they
down.
had to turn around and
It
take
did
them
in
back
front
up,
of my
'cause
house.
they got tore up, down east end they got tore up. They had to take them back out.
So, I mean, yeah, if you guys get with Rob and create an ordinance, we'll put a stop sign up there.
Alright.
And see if it'll slow them down. I mean, putting it up and them abiding by it and putting it up and them continuing to drive like they drive now.
Maybe that's an area.
It's two different things. I
You
mean,
can kind of control when you are in here
Yep.
after we finally get them up.
Yep.
Not finally, but once we get them up.
So, Sarah, when we do the work meeting for the other issue that we had, that we needed to talk about, can we address that corner in particular and get something, maybe try to get something written up
Yeah.
for that?
I
for
can
the
even have
ordinance?
it
I think a three-way
written
stop.
stop.
Yeah, I think a three-way stop
I
would
can
be
have it
decent.
I think
written
that
up
would help a
before.
lot, because then they're
Um,
not flying through it, turning, having to turn like to make a turn, plus, I mean, they have to actually stop and then get.
And we
the
can
back.
discuss the language and maybe see if we can't get Rob
Yeah.
to come through. And we'll try to get that going pretty soon. Sorry again for your vehicle. I said, I've had my vehicle hit. Unfortunately, there's not much you can do with someone driving on the other side of the road and then coming into it, you know, I mean, people are drunk, people are stupid.
So my other question is too, because he was only about a foot away from hitting that fire hydrant when he came in. He came in, he was about a foot away, and he was stuck, because he was stuck to the front of my car. And he was fishtailing, because I was still when there was snow and ice in the front there. And so if somebody hits that fire hydrant, what do I need to do? Because now I'm going to have a geyser in my front yard.
No, you won't, you won't.
They're dry hydrants.
Yeah,
Should we
that's-
dry?
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
well, at least
that's
we
a
don't know about
Hollywood
that
thing,
then.
sorry. What happens is it
Oh,
snaps it
no,
off
no,
and
no.
plugs the end, and then when law enforcement gets there, they're gonna call our friend Jay or Earl, and then they'll, unfortunately, I believe the town's insurance has to pay for that.
Mhm.
You won't have a geyser.
Okay, thank God.
Yeah,
One
no.
last
I'm just saying, we're doing all that work on the house, I really don't want.
Yeah, you won't have a geyser.
Even if they put the guardrail up down there, it would just come just past that hydrant and stop. So it wouldn't, unfortunately, wouldn't protect your car. So, but we'll probably have to someday put something down there to protect that hydrant. It's just tough, you know.
Well, hopefully the three-way stop sign thing will
That's
help,
what
at
I'm
least
hoping.
they'll have to stop, cause that's another thing too, I mean, I don't have any children right now going on the buses, cause ours are, you know, in and out with their other parents, but oh boy, there is 3 buses that come through there, and they do stop for my neighbor's kids too. One stops on this way, one stops, or 2 of them stop in the front of my house. So, that's another thing too, with everybody sailing around
It's
that
just gonna
corner.
take that transition period once we do get it figured
I
out.
would even think under stop signs, and it's cost a little more money, but then solar panel ones that flash,
That's what I was thinking too.
they're annoying. But
Oh, I love
they
it.
do serve a very big purpose.
Mhm.
I like it.
I do, they just,
Especially when.
So hopefully maybe a combination between those and then having both officers really hone in
Monitoring
on
both
people.
places.
That would cause, hopefully, a deterrent. And if not, we'll reconvene and go from there.
Any other public comments?
Not to go back to the other side of town, but, besides from the bus, is there a way to keep traffic slow before it gets out of town going north? Here, probably the past, I don't know, 5 or 6 months, traffic has gotten,
Leadfoot.
super fast, yeah. You can hear them start accelerating uptown, and they are balls to the walls by the time they get by our house. So,
That'd be me.
Yeah.
Do you hit 'em?
Well,
No, I was like, well, I hope you're not the one racing, but.
No, no.
Where's ours?
The one that needs to
Where's ours?
curve it.
Yeah.
Well,
ideas now.
then we
Where the
talked
Apple
about
Store.
That's what you,
Yeah.
that's what you needed.
flashers.
you can sit in my driveway.
Have you already talked about that?
Perfect.
Well, I even have that
About-
little bar across the street.
Yeah, it's gotta drive.
Yeah, but yeah,
It's
we
gotta
only
drive.
have one, don't
We
we?
have
I don't
one.
mind sitting there watching traffic, it's what I do for 8
I can
hours
look
a
and
day.
see, I
So-
can't remember
We're
how
going
much
pretty
they
fast on
were.
that end,
So, maybe add that to the work session that we're gonna have, talk about possible getting like, maybe adding more of
The
the
speed
speed
reading
signs.
sign.
To kind of let
Outside.
people know, hey, you're kind of cranking it beyond. We can look at something like that to kind of flash out on the other side of town if we don't have that on. Maybe
How-
kind of keep people.
Are those supposed to be a certain distance from the town lines, or can they be on the town line? Or before the
I would
town
have to
line?
ask.
I know there's one coming into town.
Jay, do you remember?
I've
Those-
seen that one.
What, those flashing speed
The ones like
signs
we
we
already
have?
have, just maybe
We-
add one over here.
We can put them anywhere.
That it would be
I mean, there's
facing
no
going out
set
from-
place you have to put them. I mean, I just put it, like that one there, the one on this end of town, if you're coming from the west to the east,
It picks you up.
it picks you up at the
Picks up pretty
cemetery.
quick.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
shows
Yeah,
that.
I mean, we kept adjusting it, trying to get range, so, you know, you can see it flashing, you gotta be slowing down, but,
Yeah, we'll look
It
at
has
maybe
helped
adding a
some, I
couple.
know
Yes.
it has, cause I
but,
hear
I
it.
mean, yeah, we
but-
can set them, they can be in town, they can be out of town, we can set them,
But I was
whatever.
I
thinking,
didn't know
what
if
if
there
we
was
set
a
one out there, not far from
rule
you, where they can
and
catch it,
people
walk
on
ahead, and kind of walk it as they go.
I don't know where the sign is.
I don't know if it would help or it wouldn't help, but it'd be something to at least try.
Get started.
There's just a lot of kids in that area.
Yeah.
There's a lot of kids in
You
that area.
guys can also reach out to Montgomery County Sheriff's Office to
Okay.
do extra patrol as well in both of your places, so instead of relying on me to be here, which I'm not here full
It's hard to
time,
do all the
so
time.
it's hard. But Montgomery County Sheriff's Office will be able to have someone, whether it's SROs or a deputy working the road, come sit out here and watch traffic, so.
See what we can get.
That's a really good.
If you
I'll
can,
edit that too.
yeah, put that on the list to reach out to that way we can kind of monitor some of these issues that are kind of popping up, especially as it's getting warmer.
Yes.
Roads are getting clear, people are kind of getting more stupid about their driving habits and stuff, and then we still have the ice that's there every other day, it seems like, so. Any other public comments that we have?
Unacceptable.
And then I'll,
That's what we do.
I'll shut up.
Yeah,
Is there
that's what we can deal
anything,
with that today.
which, we've had this problem going on a couple of years now. Is there anything that can be done about loose dogs? We got the same loose dogs.
Ordinance.
We're on it, I promise you.
I mean, as long as you have like the pictures on the group and all that type of stuff,
What,
video,
where's that,
whatever.
where's that go?
That's just a matter
It
of.
goes, it should come to me, and then I issue a first warning, and then fines, and then Larry takes over.
They start making them pay for it.
I promise you, I've been alerting the board, hey, I've been sending out dog papers, be alert, people are,
Do you have that email
so,
by chance?
Me?
the
No.
ordinance?
The Grace, or where to send the pictures and.
Oh, I can write the email address down.
And then reissue it out maybe on the water bill, like if people are having issues, like we can rate the same thing.
It's
Is
the
there any
same-
way to
same-
get
same
my
dog.
email?
Okay,
Yeah.
you know whose dog it is?
Yeah, Kevin Ford.
I don't think it's his dog. I don't think it's his dog.
I think there's one that's
It's-
similar.
It is a very similar dog, cause I thought it was his as well.
West Washington.
It's the same dog, yeah.
Because I've had one attack my kid at the park, so
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's the
We've
same
had-
one.
My dog.
We had one of his dogs attack our dog, and then that dog,
The
town
officer
took
shot
care of
at
it.
that.
Yeah.
And then his other dog came and tried to attack our kid and our dog, so
Yeah,
it's an ongoing deal.
Yeah.
I
Push
have
it
a
through.
constant eye on that house for that situation. But the dog that we've been having a lot of recent issues with, Larry's been at their house multiple times, they've been issued multiple warnings and fines, so I promise you, it's not going unnoticed.
So I guess what happens beyond the fines, I mean, if they choose not to pay a fine, then does it just keep finding them till what?
I mean,
I
I
mean, it
guess
doesn't
I
solve
don't,
the
I would
issue.
have to look into that, I've never had anybody get that far, so I'm not
We should
sure.
maybe make a note to reach out to Rob, the lawyer, and kind of see.
Honestly,
as
that's what I
a-
would do, I would turn it over to Rob, the attorney, and ask him what to do at that point. He's pretty good at writing nasty letters that get action, but that's honestly what I would do at that
Keep
point.
pushing it through the proper channels, and we'll try to do what we can on our end to make sure that those actually get taken care of, or do what we can